In this video, I'll be explaining SQL Server backups, and at the end of the video, we'll be creating maintenance plan, which will be able to backup your database. Let's start with explaining it first. In SQL Server, we have like full backup, differential backup, and transaction log backup. Let's start with a full backup. A full backup is exactly what it sounds like. It backups the entire database. This includes all the data, objects, and the part of the transaction log, so you can restore the database to the exact point the backup was taken. Now again, let's use our Management Studio and take full backup by hand. Use AdventureWorks database or any other database you have, right-click, Task, and from here choose Backup. And this window will pop up. From here you can choose backup types. We are taking full backup right now. And from here you will be able to choose path where you want to backup your database. For example, now I'm using this path, and from here also you can name your backup. For example, we are taking AdventureWorks database and let's call it AdventureWorks. Let's say instead of 2022, let's say 2025, and since this is full backup, let's write full. And as for extension, use BAK. This is extension for full backup. Click OK. Also, you have this media options and you have this backup options. You can use the default server settings or you can use compress backup. Compress backup will compress your backup. For example, if your database is 1 terabyte, this compress backup can compress your backup file up to 400 gigabytes, let's say. But for now, let's use this default setting. And click OK. And as you can see, our full backup was taken. Now let's discuss differential backup. A differential backup saves only the changes made since the last full backup. Think of it like a difference between now and the last full backup. It is faster than the full backup and smaller in size, but you still need the last full backup to restore from it. For example, when we take differential backup and if we want to restore this backup, we just need to at first restore this full backup, and now let's take differential backup. Steps are same, right click, Task, Backup, and from here instead of full, choose differential. Let's rename it again. 2025, let's say diff, and for diff also you can use BAK. Click OK, and again click OK. Now we have taken two backups. First one is full backup, second one is differential backup. And the last one is transaction log backup. A transaction log backup captures all the transactions that have occurred since the last log backup. This allows point-in-time recovery, meaning you can restore your database to a specific moment, right before some kind of disaster happened. Now let's again take our transaction log backup. Steps are same, Task, Backup. And from here, instead of full, choose transaction log, but let's rename it again. 2025. Since it is a transaction log, let's say TRN. And as for extension, you should use TRN. Previously, when we took backup of full and differential, we used BAK instead of TRN. Click OK, and once again, OK. Now you have successfully taken three types of backups: full, differential, and transaction log. Another thing that I want to mention is that when you are taking backup, for example, right now, you have this window, right? And you have this copy only backup checkbox. Basically what it does, for example, if you have some kind of third-party application like backup exec, PPDM, or Vim, and it is taking backups of your database regularly, but you still want to take backup by hand, but you do not want to mess up the timeline for your backups, you can choose copy only, and when you take the backup, your database will not know that you have taken the backup. When you're taking backup, for example, here in properties, you have these two options, last database backup and last database log backup. When we took the log backup and full backup, it saved this time. But when you are taking backup with copy only, it will not affect this timeline. So since we taken 3 types of backups, now let's learn how to restore it one by one. Restoring process is very simple. You just need to consider one thing. I will explain it right now. Click on Restore Database. We will be restoring from our device, which is our computer. Let's add, first one we need to restore is full backup. Click OK. Again, click OK. Let's rename it. Instead of 2022, let's use 2025 since we already have this database, 2022. From files, you will be able to relocate. For example, the default path is like this, but you can relocate if you want. I will be leaving it as it is. And from options, we do not need this one. You have this recovery state. We have restore with recovery, restore with no recovery, and restore with standby. When you will restore your database with recovery, it will be like a normal database. You will be able to access it. But when you restore with no recovery, you will not be able to access it until you put your database in a recovery mode. But since we are restoring the full backup, after full backup we need to restore differential backup, and after differential backup we need to restore transaction log backup, our database needs to be in a no recovery mode to make sure that we can overwrite to our database our differential and transaction log backups. Choose no recovery and click OK. And as you can see, we restored our database and it is in a restoring mode. Since it is in a restoring mode, we are able to restore now our differential backup. Again, same steps. We will be choosing from device our differential backup. Click OK. Once again, OK. And since we again need to restore our transaction log backup also, third backup which we took, we need to leave our database in no recovery mode. And click OK. So now we successfully restored full backup and differential backup. And the last one is transaction log backup. Steps are same, but when you choose restore, instead of database, you need to choose transaction log. From device, add your transaction log file. Okay. And from options, again, you have these 3 options, but since we do not have any other backup files to restore, we can put our database in a recovery mode. But if you will have another backup files which you will need to restore, you should always choose this no recovery. But since we do not have any more, let's choose this recovery model, click OK. And as you can see now, our database is accessible and we successfully restored our 3 types of backups. Now let's look at this timeline. This timeline shows how you can plan your database backups to make sure that you have point-in-time recovery. Let's take full backup at 1 AM and after 20 minutes, let's take transaction log backups every 20 minutes. But in every 1 hour, let's take differential backup. And again, transaction log backup, differential backups, and transaction log backup. For example, some kind of disaster occurred at 2:20 AM. Which backups should you use to make sure that you have your database to point in time where disaster happened? For that, you will need to take your full backup, then restore differential backup and restore transaction log backup. You can miss these 2 transaction log backups because differential backup, as we said, saves everything after full backup. So this information from 1 AM to 2 AM is also stored in this differential backup. As we said, differential backup is larger than transaction log backup and smaller than full backup. You may have question, why should we take different types of backups when we can take every time full backup and save this information in our storage? Let's say your full backup is 3 terabytes in size. If you want to take full backup every 20 minutes, so you will need very big data storage, and that is not very useful also. So for that, you will be just taking, for example, these 3 terabytes, and after 20 minutes, instead of taking same 3 terabytes again and again, you will just take, for example, 50 gigabytes of transaction log. Again, 50 gigabytes of transaction log and a little bit much larger, let's say 100 gigabytes of differential backup. This way you will save the storage and you will be saving a lot of time when you are backupping your database. So now let's create some kind of maintenance plan according to this timeline. In our maintenance plan, we will be building backup system, and with this backup system, we will be making sure that we will have point-in-time recovery for our database. Again, we will be using Management Studio, and to create maintenance plan, go on under Management, and you have this maintenance plan. Right click and click on New Maintenance Plan. Let's call it Backup Database. Okay. And under here we need 3 subplans. First one for full backup. Let's rename it and call it full. The description, let's include also full. And let's create some kind of schedule. I want to take full backup, for example, every Monday and let's say every Friday. Click OK. Again, click OK. Let's create another subplan and call it transaction log. Let's copy paste under description. And I want to take transaction log backup, for example, daily, every, let's say 30 minutes. Click OK. Again, click OK. Now we have like 2 subplans. And we need third one for differential backup. Differential. Let's copy paste again. And as for differential backup, I want it to occur every day, every, let's say, 3 hours. And click OK. Once again, OK. But as you can see, our subplans are empty. From toolbox, you should choose backup database task. If you can't see your backup database task, you can simply search for it here, backup, drag and drop it. Now we are creating some kind of task for full backup. Double click, it is full. From here, choose database. Let's choose AdventureWorks 2022 edition. From here, you will be able to choose destination and file extension. Everything is correct. Click OK. Now as for transaction log. Again, backup database task, double click. Instead of full, choose transaction log. As for destination, let's leave it like this. And file extension should be DRN, right? Because I'm taking transaction log backup. And choose database, obviously. Click OK. And as for differential, again, choose this backup database task, choose database, click OK. As for destination, leave it as it is and click OK. So after you do this 3 times, as you can see, you have like 3 database backup tasks. Also, you need to make sure that your file, for example, I have a disk drive where I have like 400 gigabytes. But if I take these backups, for example, every day, I can like fill my disk drive without cleaning it up. This is the backups which we took previously. Let's delete them. And to make sure that our destination will not fill up, we need to add something else here. From toolbox, choose maintenance cleanup task. Drag and drop it. And from here, you need to choose folder. For example, I'm saving my information on my backups here, right? Click OK. And also you need to include file extension, BAK, since my full backup is BAK. And for example, let's say, if my files will be like older than 1 week, I want to delete them. So this task will automatically delete them, everything that is older than 1 week, and simply connect it. This is for full backup. Let's do same with transaction log backup also. Choose same file location. Again, transaction log is TRN, and let's leave it 1 week information and connect it. And same goes for differential backup. It is BAK. the folder is MS SQL Backup, click OK, folder is BAK, and older than 1 week, and simply connect them, and click Ctrl S. It will save your maintenance plan, refresh it, and you will be able to see it. After you saved it, it automatically created jobs. So it created 3 jobs: full, transaction log, and differential. Now let's run our jobs by hand. Let's not wait for it because it will run later. And let's run our full backup at first. Let's start job at step. And as you can see, it created the full backup file by itself. Let's again run transaction log file, for example. Created AdventureWorks 2022 database transaction log backup, and let's run the differential backup. So we successfully created maintenance plan that will be able to back up your database daily, hourly, and after, for example, 30 minutes, you will be taking your transaction log backups. Backupping your database is very important, as if your database is in a full recovery model or in bulk logged recovery model, to make sure that you will not overfill your transaction log file, backupping it automatically is very important. But when you are backupping, as I previously said, when you are backupping your database by this maintenance plan, if some kind of disaster happens, you need to restore your database by hand. For example, you need to take this backup. After this, you need to check which one was taken and restore it one by one. But if you have some kind of third-party application like Backup Exec, Vimy, or PPDM, these applications will help you to automate this process. You will just need to put some time. For example, I want to restore my database at the condition of 1 AM, and it will automatically know which full backup to take, which differential backup to take, and which transaction log backup to take to restore your database to point in time. This is it for this video. Let's do a quick recap. You have learned how to backup your database, what kind of backup types do we have, how to create maintenance plan from Microsoft Management Studio, and you have understanding why it is important to backup your database. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel to grow and helps me to create new content for you. See you next time.